Jose Ramirez, you're going to be defending your two belts, WBC and WBO, at 140 pounds this Saturday at the MGM against Viktor Postol. This fight was supposed to happen in February, then a few months later. This is the third attempt, all because of COVID-19. With all those delays, what kind of impact has it had on you physically and mentally?
Yeah, we as far as we put our bodies through a lot of sacrifices, especially the fight was scheduled early in the year, which means I trained through the holidays. Me being a father and and having my own family, those are special moments that I love to spend with them, and we have to sacrifice those times to go out to be in the gym, waiting to be rewarded so I could then give uh, more privileges to my family, thanks to my sacrifice and my hard work. But it hasn't happened. It's been two training camps, like you mentioned, third one with this one. But I've been praying. I've been praying, and I've been staying very focused, very motivated, very optimistic. And I have a great team. I have a great team that's been next to me, pushing me and keeping me optimistic, keeping me in the right path, keeping me composed, and a great family too that supports me and understands what I have to go through. So I'm just happy that I'm a few days away from the fight.
At the same time, there are sports leagues across the country who are postponing games uh, as a result of the shooting in Wisconsin, the police shooting. Has that crossed your mind that your fight might get postponed again, or do you think that should be an option?
I think everyone has their, they're entitled to their own opinion, and I could understand why that's happening with in the sports are getting involved with speaking on what they believe is right, which is always a good thing. It's freedom of speech, and it's part of your constitutional right. So I'm glad to see people standing for what they believe is right. In my case with Postol, I think this fight is between one man and another man, and I know he's from the Ukraine. He's been away from his family, so it's time for us to be rewarded from all our sacrifices, and it's time for us to step in that ring, and and pray for the world, pray for equality, for people to feel protected in this country, and that's what I could do. But it's hard for me to say that that I'm going to postpone out of respect to what happened this last couple of days.
Talking about being rewarded, how big of a reward would it be for you if you were able to stop Viktor Postol, who has never been stopped in his career? Or is that practical for you to approach it that way?
Yeah, be practical. The biggest reward would be me being uh, one step closer to fighting for an undisputed fight against Josh Taylor, which I'll become the first Hispanic fighter to ever hold all four titles in one division. So that would be part of a big legacy that I'll be leaving behind in the sport of boxing. So that's something that motivates me the most.
Very cool. And then finally, if you were to move up in weight to 147, you could potentially face the brother of your trainer. Has that been discussed?
Yeah, if actually we were talking about that, and then they decided to pay us over $10 million each, we'll definitely take the fight. Obviously, it's life changing money for both of us, but we're a team, so we don't look at that right now. We mess around with that, with that conversation, but he doesn't have no motivation in fighting me, and I don't find no motivation in fighting Mikey Garcia. Uh, we became very good friends, and we trained with Robert, his brother, and he does say if I do move to 147, he might move down to 140 and try to fight for some of the title belts that I'll leave behind.
Okay, very cool. But first, you got to take care of unifying all those belts.
All right.
Jose Ramirez, thank you so much for your time, and we'll be watching on Saturday.
Thank you, Amber.